greetings from the final evening in Milan, Italy, the night after the show, the night after a little bit of food, so feeling a little bit tired. But I did put a Q&A out on Instagram today as a bit of a raw and honest kind of thoughts video post-show. So I thought it'd be good to get that done while I'm in Italy on location. So while everyone is chilling, me and Liam are sat here. He's got the questions, he's got my phone. Hopefully he's not fucking status raping me on Facebook and putting something up like he used to do 10 years ago. And he's going to ask them randomly. I've not really looked at them. I've just been chilling today, not been on my phone much. So he's going to just shoot the questions to me and I'm going to answer them as raw and honest as I can. I think that would be the best way to do it. I do need a lip balm because I can feel my lips chapping. There we go. So while he's reading the first one, I'm going to pucker up.
Question from 𝘗𝘭𝘰𝘯𝘴𝘰𝘵. A lesson you've learned this year that you didn't expect to?
So this year the goal was to step outside of the comfort zone once again into international waters and compete abroad, which is where I'm at now, Milan. Going back to last May, Carla reminded me that we were on a train to Manchester. I think we were going up there for like a night away or whatever, and the topic of competing came up, and I said to her that next year in November I want to compete internationally, do my first international show, which I've just done obviously. And at that point in time, I think if you had said that I was going to do the international show with already done what I'd done this year and also get a first call out, I would have bit your hand off at it. And fast forward 15, 16 months from that train journey, my expectation level has risen so high, I didn't even realise it until she had that conversation with me today. Because I remember got on that train saying I want to compete in an international show, and I remember my thoughts at that time saying, fucking hell, if I could just get like a look in on an international stage, I'd be fucking happy. And I've had a look in and I'm not fucking happy. So my expectation bar continues to rise in the background without me even fucking knowing it, because I'm so focused on the work. So that is a lesson I've learned about myself, is that I'm still capable of more than I think I'm capable of, if that makes sense at all. Does that make sense, what I've just said? Yeah, so that's a lesson I've learned about myself. Like, even now is like, there's still more that I'm capable of and is possible for me to achieve at this ripe old age. So, question one. Shout out to Jack as well. Boy, you in the chat. Question two.
From CJ_1991.
Yep.
What are your short and long-term goals going forward?
I guess it depends on how you're looking at this, whether you're looking at it from business perspective or competitive perspective. I guess because I've just competed, we're gonna stay in bodybuilding here. So short-term goals for the immediate is to regain myself a little bit. I feel like I've lost myself in this prep, 7 months. I'm always going to obviously relate back to conversations I've had, and I've had a conversation with Carla where I forgot what normal life was, because it's been 7 months of not even 100 miles an hour, fucking 2,000 miles an hour of trips abroad, travelling, whether it's work-wise, you know, trips with Carla, trips with friends, family. There's been a lot of juggling going on, and in that juggling process, the prep has been there. So I've kind of lost myself a little bit, I feel. Not, you know, I'm obviously here, but it's like I forgot how to be outside of my my bodybuilding bubble. Like we went out last night and I was sat there with everyone and I felt a bit weird. They asked me how am I feeling, I felt a bit weird because I just didn't know how to act, which was strange because I grew up in the music industry, in the scene, DJing in clubs, in a very social environment. So for me to feel like that in that environment when I was there for 15 plus years, when it was just 6 or 7 of us sat there at a table having a couple of drinks, but I just didn't know how to feel. I was like, yes, that's weird because that's the first one for me. So short-term goals is to kind of just let myself settle back into normal life and find a bit of normality about things. That doesn't mean bodybuilding is being put to one side at all. I'm still 100% on that. But it's also just to kind of regain a little bit of clarity of who I am outside of prep because it's been so long. And then the long-term goal within bodybuilding, it's hard to say about a long-term goal because how long realistically do I have left doing bodybuilding? I think this will automatically transition into business, even though I said it was going to keep it bodybuilding, is that my long-term goals within bodybuilding will be to transition into more of the coaching role once my competitive days are done. Obviously, I'm not stopping yet competitively, but that's, you know, it's a long-term goal, isn't it? I'd say within my long-term goal window is shorter than probably yours, whoever asked that question. My long-term goal probably applies to like the next 2 or 3 years, I would say, in terms of bodybuilding. Within that time is to, number one, compete a lot more internationally, continue to raise the bar with who I go up against, the places that I get in those shows, and the accolades that I'm able to achieve off the back of it. And around all that is continue to build not only my coaching and everything else I'm doing, but my own personal brand that you guys, for some reason, seem to fucking enjoy. Like, so we'll continue to just ramp everything up alongside everything else.
From Alexander Kratos, PC Pro Classic.
Shout out to Alex, looking absolutely fucking sick.
What's the aim in the off-season? Condition or size, seeing as both are bang on?
I would say that definitely for this off-season is stay more conditioned within the off-season setting. Size is always the prize, like we need size. That is, condition is always bang on when I'm comp prepping. Like that's my card, that's the hand that I'm dealt. So you'll always see me as one of the most conditioned guys in the show, if not the most conditioned guy in the show, as I've been doing. But for the off season now, it's going to be to be a much more diligent bodybuilder in an off season setting, and I think that comes with time. The more you do it, the better you become at it. That's anything in bodybuilding. The more you do preps, the better you become at preps. The more you do off seasons, the better you become at off seasons. And this being my 4th or 5th, can't really remember, 4th attempt at off season, I think. If you're talking 2022 was like the first one after the NABA Wales win. So it's 22 into 23, 23 into 24, that's 2, 24 into 25, that's 3, so fourth off season. So this one is going to be a bit more structured, and I think that's going to come from both angles. Myself as the athlete and Callum also as the coach, because he knows what I'm capable of more and more every season that we do things together. And I think this year has definitely opened both our eyes. So I hope that answers your question, Al. And well done on today at the PCA Worlds, mate. You looked fucking incredible.
Next one from Housey.
Anthony House in the house.
It's not a question, but
Okay.
massive congratulations, Jay. You have had an amazing season.
Shout out to Housey, my sauna partner in the mornings. And well done to you as well, mate, on getting up on stage and doing a few shows yourself. putting it down for the old lads. That's normally my job, but you're older than me, so you're doing it for the older ones as well. But nah, thank you very much, appreciate it.
Nathaniel Kinson, what shows need to be done to get a PCA Pro card?
Pro qualifiers. Yeah. Any pro qualifiers, so yeah, it's basically has to be a pro qualifier. There's going to be regional shows you can do, but not all of them reward pro cards. And in fact, I think some regionals, if the judges see you as worthy as a pro physique, they will award it randomly. That's what the understanding I have. So I have seen people just get a pro card randomly. You know, even at the British finals, not everyone that took first in their classes had a pro card. One of the bodybuilding classes before me, the guy took first but did not get a pro card. So it's one of those. I think that was the case anyway. Might have got that completely wrong and butchered it, but I think that's how it works. So yeah, pro qualifiers. That was a pro qualifier I did yesterday, and that was for obviously the NPC. Same applies for PCA. It's got to be a pro qualifying regional event. I need to drink this because I can hear my voice going croaky. Carry on as you were.
Next one from challenge_manners from Jim.
Ian Monroe. Another one putting it down for the old boys. Shout out to Monroe.
What are you going to do to make sure that you enjoy your achievements and the success?
Oh man, fuck knows, bro. I haven't got an answer for that one. My mind is way too muddled up to be thinking about it. Like I said in that other question, trying to find myself, embrace like the post-show, focus on family first, as always, because that's ultimately what matters, and I think finding or focusing on that will ultimately pull me back in, pull me out of the vortex of prep into who I am. And then I think once the dust settles, I'll be able to sit back and look, you know, and say, yeah, you did well. But in the same breath, I don't think it's good to actually celebrate things too much, because you can get complacent. You know, if you start patting yourself on the back a little bit too much about what you've done, then what's more to the, you know, what is there more to achieve, really? So I don't think I'm going to be sitting there fucking lying down looking at my trophies all winter through fucking Christmas and that. There'll be a moment, to be honest, I'm already ready to get back to work, and I think most people that are doing well in it will know exactly what that feeling is. You know, you're hungry for the next thing. So take note, take stock, embrace it, and then if you want more, crack on and move on to the next thing, and continue to work towards that. It's the blur. Like, the blur is like, you've got to take stock, because otherwise if you don't take stock, one day you look back 10 years, 15 years time and you're like, fucking hell, I wish I embraced that all a bit more. And it's great to say that we're going to stop and take stock, but ultimately you will not. The good thing is I'm taking stock as I go along by doing all this content for myself, because one day I can look back and really sit back and think, fucking hell, yeah, I did all that, because it's all on YouTube for me to watch. Same thing with the DJing. You know, there was many things I did in DJing that I've got pictures and videos, and I've got all that shit to look back on of what we were able to do there and what I achieved there. So you can take stock at different points in your life. You just gotta not fucking sit in that seat too long, because you can get complacent.
Next one.
Yep.
Marty Farnham. Were you happy with the look yesterday? Which do you feel was your best look this season?
Yeah, look was perfect yesterday. We were full, we were dry. Condition, there was not anything different to any of the other shows in terms of what I brought to the stage. The condition was on point. I think my favourite look was probably the 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺 weekend regional, and that's purely because the weight ratio, I was like 10 pounds lighter at the regional, which was only 8 weeks ago, maybe. I've lost track of time, but about 8 weeks ago, so I'm like 10 pound up this weekend because we've reverse dieted up. So I've obviously got bigger and fuller, but I've always preferred myself sharper. Probably one of the only people that like their fucking morning pictures when I check in, because like you wake up, you're dry, you're flat, you're sharp. I like that look on me more than 2 meals, 3 meals in, 2 litres of water in. You know, it is fuller. It's going to do better on a bodybuilding stage, but me personally, when I go over the check-in room in the morning at fucking 4 a.m, and I get those pictures and I'm like, fucking yeah, I'm fucking peeled, yeah. But that look, you can't really take that look to stage because it is a flat look. You know, it's about finding that balance between the fullness, the sharpness. So very happy with the look that we brought yesterday, because that's what we need to bring to a fucking pro qualifying stage, because I was up against good competitors, and obviously I still wasn't good enough because I came fucking bottom of that first call out. Not sure exactly where I placed. So that was definitely the look. I think if I had brought, just to give you the insight, if I brought like the look that I wake up at, I probably would have been outside of that first call out, probably bottom of the pack, because there was a lot of big boys in there and I would have got swallowed up. So you've got to play the game. You've got to play the game, and that's in any category that you do. Like even, you know, some of my clients, with Kirsty Taylor, for instance, with coaching her and taking her through her shows this year, she wanted to come in and be in shape for her shows because she felt she was softer last year, and we got her in shape. She was the most peeled on stage. In show 1, we got rewarded for it. In show 2, didn't get rewarded for it, because it's not playing the game then, you're playing your game. The game is the game that the judges are going to reward you for. So it's about playing the game that you're in there, not just what you know, what your preference is, because that's not, 9 times out of 10, that's not what they want. He's sleeping behind the camera, yeah.
Thomas, I'm not going to attempt that.
It's alright.
Where do you go next? Plans for the future?
Where do I go next? Merthyr fucking Tydfil, boys. Back to the valleys. Callum's Welsh accent there. Where do I go next, and what's the plans for the future?
Yeah.
Where do I go next is obviously back to work, back to the off season. We do a health phase. It is the middle of November now. I imagine a health phase will run until mid-Jan, maybe till the end of Jan. It's been a very long prep, so whether Carl wants me to do a slightly longer off season, we'll see how the body's held up when we get bloods done and get all our markers in check. From there, it'll be an off season, and then it'll be a case of just getting some more slabs on this body. I think it's safe to say I am no longer going to be competing in the heavyweights, 100%. You know, I'm going to be a super heavyweight on stage going forward, because we fought to get me there at the show. And the ironic thing is, which we haven't put on any of the content, is that if I had just left myself in supers, in the heavyweight, super heavyweight cap, which is over 225.2 pounds or 102 kilos, which I was sitting well above that. I was like 233 at one point. If I just sat there and brought, like, you know, a good look, sharp look that we would have brought. There was one guy in the super heavyweight class yesterday for my age. There was 20 in my class. So I could have just gone up against one. And no disrespect, because I don't know who the guy was, but I've been told he he was shit. And I would have smoked him. And that's the reality. I could have been in the overall yesterday. You know, you don't, it's a what if, innit? But I got told he was shit. I didn't see him. So if you're watching this, Mr. Super Heavyweight, I do not know who you are. You're probably Italian anyway. But he was not good. And I would have beat him, going by other people's opinions that actually know what the fuck you're talking about. And I would have been in the overall. And then maybe I could have had the pro card. But these guys know I hate the what ifs. It's like, oh, my lottery numbers came up. What if I put a ticket on? What's the point of fucking saying about it because it didn't happen? Just making yourself feel worse about the situation. So what ifs is bullshit to me. But yeah, that did happen yesterday. So that was a frustrating moment to deal with. On to the next one, because my heart rate's raising.
From Big Prud.
Oosh, no limits clout in the house. Chris Prud.
Long messages.
Oh, fucking hell. Is it going to make me cry? It's a long one, he said. That's what she said.
How are you feeling, brother? Happy but not satisfied? After your show yesterday, myself and 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺 was chatting in the gym, saying how much you inspire us to up our game and better ourselves every day. Do you feel, as a coach, you set the standard for us clients and lead by example? Because as clients, we do, not just in the gym, but in life. And as a father myself, we're proud of you, bro, and glad to have you in our corner.
Thank you, boys. I'll say boys, both to Prud and 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺. I love the fact he's got that name now. Put it on a t-shirt, boys. No, thank you very much. Appreciate it. How am I feeling? Happy, but not satisfied. Yeah, that's exactly where I feel. I'm like happy because, number one, I made it to the international stage. Happy because we were able to get somewhat of a nod on that international stage. Happy with the look that we delivered. Happy that I was able to not prove people wrong, but there were certain statements made during the back end of this prep where people were saying I look tired, my physique looked tired, but with myself and Carl working so close together, we were able to have some conversations and get the physique freshened up and reset, recharged, ready for this weekend, which, you know, I made some calls that I had to make, and that was like pulled out of 2 more shows, which, you know, I was going to do Poland, I was going to do the IBFE, British finals. I pulled those, so that got the body where it needed to be for this weekend. So that was good. And then definitely not satisfied because this is not for shits and giggles. I'm not doing it for trophy chasing. I'm not doing it for social media clout. Even though everything I do, I put up on social media, I've never done it for that. And anyone that knows me will know I've never done it for that. Some people could take something away from that, I think, really. You know, this is in me. And someone said to me yesterday, in fact, someone that's known me for since 2015, I think, 2015, known of me. And he said to me, you know, he's watched the journey and everything that I've done in that time. And he said, it's your identity. You know, he coined the phrase, it's your identity now. That's who you are. So, you know, that's who I am. Is what it is. I'm here to fucking stay as well. So yeah, that's that answer. And then, what was the back end of that question? Because I just rambled for a little bit too long.
Do you feel, as a coach, you
Oh,
set the
yeah.
standard for us clients?
Yeah, I'd like to think I set the standard for you guys, like, for my coaching clients. Obviously, if you're looking for coaching, no limits, online coaching, plug. I do think, and I think that's the way it should be. And I'm not saying that because, you know, your coach should compete, your coach should look this way, should do that. your coach could be inspiring you in different ways outside of, you know, competing. Even though they're a bodybuilding coach, they might have done their time, but they should inspire you to be better, and you should want to have a coach that you put on a pedestal. I've got one. You should have one, and you know, I hope that I am that guy for you guys. Speaking to Pred and 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺. So yeah, I do feel that I set the standard for my guys, and I will always try my best to do that. I don't intentionally do that. I'm just doing me, and I think that speaks volumes, because you guys would know that that is who I am. I'm not doing it just to build my coaching up. That's happening as a result of, you know, it's a byproduct of me just doing me and pursuing my passion. And if I can bring people along with me on, you know, as I'm doing my passion, then fucking job done, innit? And then everyone levels up at the same time. Good answer?
Yep.
Sound.
Good answer.
My mouth is dry.
Next one from 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺.
Big 𝘗𝘗𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺, the shredder.
Obviously, you've had a long and successful season with a lot of travelling during prep, which would be so easy to forget as it's your line of work. Was there or is there anything you would have done differently if you could have travelling aside? Would have done differently?
I think the only thing I would have done differently in this prep would have just been like the way it was mapped out, because we started prep to land it at a certain point, but then there was a certain things thrown in the mix, obviously with these trips abroad and now with work, or Carla throwing holidays in the mix that I had to like fucking juggle. So the mapped out prep was the reason it kind of got delayed, you know, so long. I think Carla actually said on the podcast she feels guilty because she kind of was the catalyst for the prep ending up being so long, because I started prep early because we booked another trip in with our friends, so I said I need to start prep early. But she shouldn't feel guilty for that, because it's my choice to fucking do it at the end of the day. So I think the only thing I would have been done differently is just remembered how long it actually takes me to get in shape, which isn't fucking that long. 14 weeks. Week 14 every single fucking year. It's like, oh, any shows about boys? Every year. This is week 31. So 17 weeks. Is that 17? Yeah, 17 weeks after that. Magic's still here fucking struggling to sit down because his arse has got no fat on it. So I think a plan in terms of the prep would have been set differently, but at the same time, if I didn't do what I did this year, wouldn't have achieved what I did. Wouldn't have done certain shows that I did. So it's like, again, it's that what if thing. Fucking no point talking about what ifs, because what has happened has happened. Going forward, with what's happened this year in terms of getting the PCA Pro card, and now what I want to pursue going forward, things are going to be a lot more structured, a lot more mapped out with the intention. So the intent behind what I'll be doing going forward with my preps will be a lot more like, this is what we're doing and this is where we fucking ended up. None of this like random scatty fucking prep shit where I'm jumping into shows left, right and centre, cleaning up. Jokes. Jokes. Go on.
Lewis Hayes.
Yeah.
What are you wanting out of your off-season, and what areas do you want to work on?
Size. Biggest thing last off-season was to bring up the posterior. Brought that up massively, and as a result of that, we still brought other areas up, but I think we've now brought the posterior up in front of those other areas. So obviously everything else bar the posterior is the focus. that doesn't mean I'm not going to still be focused on posterior, but I think the volume in terms of, you know, how we do the structure the training will be spread evenly across the physique, because I think all the other areas have improved because they were stronger prior to the back and the posterior, because they just come up at a quicker rate. So I think now, because the posterior is kind of caught up, or maybe even moved forward, I think, to be honest, these should kind of level out, and then that's when I think, you know, the physique will kind of get filled in a little bit more, fill in the gaps a little bit more. So yeah, that would be everything else bar the back, really.
2 questions of 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘯𝘴𝘰𝘵.
Fucking hell, cheeky boy. 2 questions in one.
Was this your bodybuilding statement season, and did you expect it? And then the IFBB Pro card is inevitable, going again in 26 or 27.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was my statement season, because other people have said that to me, not because I'm fucking putting it out there. And I'm not actually coining that phrase either, because that's Ryan Cartwright's. Right, know if you're watching that. It's a cool fucking saying, though, statement season. I am jealous you got that, bro. Statement season, yeah, definitely a statement season. I think Mitch said about that on the podcast a while back, saying it was my season where I've kind of come out and everyone has said that I'm someone to watch. My name has been brought up in posts on like the social media posts, and tagged and collabed in on those in the build up to shows. And we've come off and we've got the accolades to back that up, I guess, as well. So we've done well with what we've done. And that is just off the back of me. I think I said this in the show day weekend video, which I'm not sure if I'm putting this out before that or after that. If it's not, watch this, watch that after this, basically. What are you laughing at?
The question just come through now.
Oh, right, right there then. Is it from Carla? I guess that. He's putting me off there. Right. So that's that question answered. We'll have to do these a bit more quick fire, because I'm guessing someone's pissed off. Locked in the bedroom. The IFBB Pro card is inevitable. Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I will be going again. It's a conversation me and Carl need to have, but I think 2027, I think personally I should go again, because I think I need that time to improve the physique. You know, the next time I come back, I want it to be another fucking statement. So I've just taken 15, 16 months from show to show, last May to this year. So I want that time again to actually improve. So 2027, but me and Cal will speak on that, so hold that thought.
Carla's question? Or?
Carla's question, let's go.
So I've got a question.
How long is it going to be?
When are we having 5 guys?
Yeah, so if you watch the fucking show day vlog the day after, we're having some shit food today. We're not having 5 guys now, we're going to have a local Italian gourmet burger place. Because when in Rome, or when in Milan, we'll fly through these. But we'll be going like 36 minutes, so we'll fucking... It's probably 32 minutes actually, because we had to cut some bits out.
Sort of there now.
Yeah.
𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺.
Shout out to you.
Overall, are you with your prep? Would you change anything?
Nah, happy with the prep. Happy with everything. Would I change anything? No, I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I would not change an absolute thing about it, because everything has been fucking awesome. It's been incredible. The results I can't change. That's not up to me. I delivered everything I could deliver in terms of the physique. What I put into the prep, I didn't fucking miss a beat. Magic don't miss. I guess he does in terms of the show sometimes with what comes back from the judges, but that's out of my control. But in terms of what I can give to a prep and what I can give to this bodybuilding thing, magic does not fucking miss, and I did not miss this year. None of the 7 fucking times that I went up there. So nothing would be changed. And outside of like what I took to stage as well, you know, with my relationship with Carla and everything else, I wouldn't have changed anything there because, you know, everything there has been fucking awesome. Managed it well. And Carla was honest on that podcast, like, she would have said, I told her to be all, you know, proper honest, and she would have said if there was anything that needed to be said, and she's happy with how I've been on prep as well. So, you know, that's cool. All that life stuff is cool, and work is cool, and what I took to stage through the season has been extra fucking cool. So wouldn't change a thing, brother.
Phil Price. Firstly, congratulations on competing in the final show. Hell of achievement and commitment, physically and mentally. I've enjoyed all your content, followed it all the way through. But now the shows have been completed and you have pushed your body to peak. What are the top priorities you focus on this off-season?
Cheers, Phil. I think this is Phil that I bumped into in the gym the other day, coached by my client, Jack. So shout out to you if there is you. If it's a different Phil, shout out to you as well. So how will I approach things now is obviously PEDs will be pulled down to a minimum. Health subs will remain in, trained by JP, Magic 10, use it and abuse it, don't abuse drugs. And then in terms of like the next phase, it'll be just like being very diligent with food and not being an absolute prick post-show, because it's very easy to do once you've done a diet phase, whether it's diet for a holiday, photo shoot, or 17 preps in fucking 7 months, it feels like. It's very easy to lose your shit. Yes, I've had some nice little bits here. Like I had some bits last night, didn't go overboard. Today, again, I've had some nice bits, but I've also had like my cream of rice meals, and then I've just picked the little things. We are going to have one more meal tonight, because me and Liam were just talking about it now, and I said, like, I just kind of want to box it off today, because, again, I am quite weird. It's Sunday. I don't want to start Monday by having a fucking Five Guys. So we're in Milan. It's our last night. Carla's decided to wake up by the sound of things, so, you know, we're game on. We're green-lighted for a fucking cheat meal. So we had, well, you'll watch the vlog. We went out and had some food this afternoon. Me, Liam, Carla and Sully. And tonight we're going to have some sort of gourmet smash burger. So it's just about like knowing what you can do, what, you know, with the food side of things, and being focused on what you're trying to achieve. Being, you know, losing all that in 4 or 5 weeks, putting all that weight back on, it's not good for you, it's not good for your health, it's not good for the progress. You're just pissing it away. So me, obviously I want to capitalise off the back of this prep. It's been very long, and I think it's going to be a slingshot effect the more diligent I can be. And I'm very confident in the fact that this is going to be the best rebound phase I'm ever going to do, because I'm going to be fully dialed in and switched on with it. And Cal, again, you know, I think he is as well, in terms from a coaching aspect. I think he knows how much I want to utilise this little period post-show. We're not going to stay, you know, super lean and all that stuff through it. We don't believe in that, but we definitely don't want to turn into a fucking beach fucking whale either. So those will be the priorities. Health first, and also being very focused on the goal in hand and what I want to do next, which is a long way away, but what I do now sets the foundations for that, whether it's 12 or 18 months away, me doing it again.
That's all of them.
That's all of them.
I got a question now. Actually, I just thought of one.
Liam's got a question. I don't know if you can't really see him in the reflection, I don't think, but he does exist. Not just a voice. Come on, Anne.
Was there any point in the prep, say like after the PCA Pro win or the overall 2 bros,
Yeah.
you thought about ending the season short on a big high, or was you always going to do it regardless?
That's a fucking good question.
Just so that,
It's a good question now. I'm hoping you can hear him asking the questions. I think this mic will pick it up. I'll put text on screen if not. So there was never, ever, ever, hand on heart, a point where I thought, let's just wrap it up here. There was never that moment. However, from the British to this weekend, there were times which we spoke about this last night after a few drinks, do you remember? Because we only had 1 or 2, didn't we? The other boys, they had a lot more than 1 or 2. They were fucking smashed. Took me back to my DJing days when I was the sober one in the club DJing, and I had some guy shouting over the fucking DJ box, "Oh, Mac, play our song, boy." Sorry, fucking sidetracked again. Yeah, so this last 4 weeks, in between the pro card win and doing the show this weekend, there were times where I was like, can't wait for this to be over. Me and Mitch spoke about it a lot last night because he's been in very similar situations, and he's obviously achieved incredible things as an athlete, and he's inspired me as a local boy with what he's done. So Mitch, if you're watching this, bro, you've definitely put a piece in the puzzle here, like. So yeah, there were times where that was questioned. Not that I wanted to wrap it up, but I never wanted to wrap it up, but I did struggle, and I thought, fucking hell, I can't wait for this to be over. That didn't mean I didn't do my diet. That didn't mean that I didn't stay on track. I still done everything I wanted to do. I still did everything that I had to do, which, to be honest, I wasn't doing fucking cardio. I haven't done cardio for 10, 12 weeks. We've been reverse dieting. Food's been sky high, but it's been difficult. He's been there when I've been in the gym, struggling on my arse. She's obviously witnessed it as well. So yeah, there was definitely moments in this back end of prep, this final month, where I was like, oh, I can't wait for it to be over. And I hope that come across in the content, because I did say, like, I was counting the seconds, minutes and hours. So yeah, that's the only part of this whole prep, I think, where I questioned it or I struggled, admittedly. So just an honest review of it. That's all of them. Sick. That's like 40 odd minutes. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep in that. And yeah, thank you for everyone that supports and gets involved in these Q&As. We are back in the studio for a Boyo Chat episode this week. So we will probably put NGL Q&A up as well. So if you are watching this and you want to get involved in that, look out for the question box popping up on Insta, so you can throw some anonymous questions at us. No doubt there'll be the same old ones that keep coming through, and we'll keep answering them, because we don't fucking miss. We're honest and raw. So yeah, thank you very much. YouTube shit. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.